Good evening, race fans. Welcome to CRN's live coverage of the 191 Motorsports Gen 6 Series as we are here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the big 2.5-mile, 4-turn oval. Certainly host to a lot of famous races. Well, here tonight it's going to be host to this round here for the 191 Motorsports crew, and we'll see who's got the hot shoe tonight to get it done. Last week out, and well, really this season has been interesting. Mainly the big thing on everyone's mind every single week, I know certainly for myself and Jimmy, is how many meatballs, who's going to get them, and when, because it's certainly been a huge talking point. But last week out, we seen Jason Chrisman finally crack through, get his first win on the season, but it is Michael Casey still at the top of the boards in the point standings by 25 points over Levi Poland and Justin Spengler, Bradley Worley, Matthew Jordan for your top 5. Carl Lambert joined in the booth by Jimmy Covert, back home here in Indiana for another one, and this is an interesting track here for these Gen 6 cars.
Yeah, nothing like racing on a square track.
It's a rectangle. It's a rectangle.
And an oval car. Yeah, you're talking a little bit about that points lead, but Mike Casey not in attendance tonight as his internet is down, so he'll be in the infield.
Well, that'll certainly shake things up here, and it'll give some chance for some other drivers out there, and maybe for those Michael Casey fans out there, maybe you can pick a different car that you're a fan of here tonight. But we're going to be here for 75 laps here around the 2.5-mile quad oval, so this will be a good one for sure. Looking forward to it. But we got our in-race reporter. I believe he is all done. If I can hit the right buttons here, that'd be nice. Let's see. So he's still out there qualifying. So as soon as Zane Bierman, driver of the 55, is all done and set, we will get him in here for his pre-race interview. But yeah, it's certainly been a bit of a weird season so far, as we haven't really had, kind of one car dominate. I know Mike Casey has been kind of top of the boards for pretty much this season, with just some good quality finishes week in and week out, but only one win on the season for Casey, and that was at Kentucky 3 races ago. But I mean, the only driver to double up here so far this season is second place in the points as Levi Poland, as he's got 2 wins at Echo Park and at Dover. But this is the first time we're heading to a 2.5-mile track other than Daytona, and this is definitely different than your typical super speedways. But it looks like the 55 of Zane Bierman, I believe, is done, and indeed he is. So we'll go ahead and bring up now the driver of the 55, Zane Bierman. Zane, we didn't get a chance to talk to you for the last time we had you scheduled for the pre-race interview, but we get a chance to talk to you here tonight at Indianapolis. And I know this is a 2.5-mile track, but as you just mentioned, it's not your Daytona, it's not your Talladega, it's not a super speedway, the same length, but this is a different track that kind of all 4 turns, even though they look the same, they all going to be handled differently.
Yeah, so yeah, you're right. Exactly. You can't just hold it wide open and tuck behind somebody. It does take a little bit of finesse. You got to use the wheel, turn the car a little bit. So it's just every bit as hard as any other mile or mile-and-a-half track.
So how is the drafting here? I know certain cars draft really well on the straightaways here, and you can actually set up passes that way, and other ones it's just kind of like you're just in line, and yeah, maybe you'll gain a tenth by the end of the straightaway, but not much.
Yeah, sometimes it's got a pretty good pull. I will find a lot of times at this track it's easy to set up your passes by getting a good run. If you get a good corner on somebody, that's oftentimes how you're going to set up a good pass, and then use the draft to kind of help make it happen instead of the other way around. But that's just part of what goes into trying to get around cars out here at Indy.
Well, I know certainly out of turn 2 can be a bit of a troublesome spot. Certainly out of turn 4 seems to always be one that catches drivers off guard, pushing out of the corners. And we all know the meatball situation for this entire season. Is there any thoughts to being extra cautious of drifting out and catching that wall? Because anytime your reflection is off the wall, is going to be a meatball.
Yeah, that's the big one. That's what everybody's worried about as far as danger goes at a track like this, and it's easy to do, like we said, we've seen. So I got to really focus on what I always try to do too, which is start backing myself up when the tires start to go, make sure I don't end up getting too eager and overrun myself into a corner, because that's when you end up finding out that turn 2 and turn 4 wall don't move like you think they will.
No, not at all. We've seen plenty of drivers in the past trying to move those walls, but yeah, the walls always win. Well, either way, wish you luck out there tonight. We'll see if we get a chance to talk to you during the race if there's any kind of cautions. But before we let you go here and get ready for the start of the race, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Just thanks to my wife for letting me be here on Sunday night. She's got dinner cooking, and all my fans out there, if you want to call my mom one of those,
absolutely
support me here doing this great hobby.
All right, buddy. Well, I know you're certainly dabbling in all kinds of series here on CRN. So wish you luck. Not just here tonight, but if we don't get a chance to talk to you in other series, wish you luck there as well. We'll let you go out there, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you at the end, not just during the race.
Thanks, guys.
That is the driver of the 55, Zane Bierman. As we're ready to get this thing going, Jimmy, why don't you give us a rundown of tonight's 20-car lineup?
Yeah, quick rundown of tonight's lineup here. It's going to be Nolan Potter on the pole with Bradley Worley in second. Billy Rickett will be in third, Levi Poland in fourth, Matthew Radford in fifth, Douglas Ivey in sixth, Travis Noble in seventh, Tony Brennan and Daniel Pinkson and Paul Helms will round out your top 10. Then you got Wade Enyart, Justin Spengler, Zane Bierman, Scott Matthews, Scott Henderson, Chris Perry, Matthew Jordan, Dale Garner Jr., and the rest of your field is going to be Dale Garner Jr. and is it Rodney, right? No, Greg. Yeah, Rodney.
Well, Greg is our race admin. Yeah. And then Rodney.
No time is by Rodney.
It looks like no time, and possibly not even gonna race here tonight. Maybe just want to get out there and get some practice in with these boys and see what he can do. But it looks like as of right now, he's not gridded up. We'll see if he starts from the pits. But we do have 18 cars out there gridded and ready to go here. Nolan Potter at the point here in the 99, and this is another one of those tracks, kind of like Phoenix, kind of like Talladega, where the pace car goes in and then we wait. It's a little bit of a drive from the start of pit road until we get to the remaining bricks here at the Brickyard, going across the start-finish line. But pace car is going to come out of turn 4 again. We are set for 75 laps of racing action. Hopefully keep the meatballs under 75, but I mean, really no guarantees here on this season. It's been crazy. I mean, it's a weekly discussion here, and certainly even talking with Mike Casey beforehand, it's just amazing what these cars can't take here. But we'll see again who's got the hot shoe tonight, the 99 and the 88 on the front row. But you see Billy Rickett right there, still looking for his first win of the season in row number 2. Green flag is out. We're racing at the Brickyard.
Yeah, running down the Brickyard here as I've got the overhead view as everybody heads down into turn number 1. Nolan Potter's going to lead them down with the inside roll, and you can see the outside. Obviously, a good place to be. You can use it here to get the runs, but obviously new tires early on. Drivers tend to like the inside a little bit more, but right now still looking good. Trying to look back up through the field here just a little bit as everybody's starting to spread out here for early, as things can get kind of crazy. It's only a little too wide right up there, or it would happen. It'd be a lot better if I can get everything up there, huh?
Yeah, Matthew Radford there in the 97. He had a heck of a save, and coming out of turn number 2, he was pretty sideways, and that's why I see that 97 slipping back here a little bit. I'm guessing he maybe angered those tires just a little bit. And it looks like the 22 there of Pinkston maybe getting out there in the wall off of turn number 4. He's starting to slip back as well and even blinking out. And what do you know, Jimmy? First time through turn 4, 1 meatball, and now we got a caution as the 22 still bouncing off the wall. Certainly got some issues there, but I'm not sure if that's what brought out the yellow or what the case is here, because I don't see anything else happening.
I am not quite sure, and that might be for...
Looks like admin caution here on this one, so not sure what happened. It looks like Billy Rickett also with a meatball on this one. He's up in third, but I don't know what happened here to the 7.
Oh, he's got heavy damage right there. I gotta go down to his car here. Nope. Maybe
Yeah, I didn't see anything happen with Billy Rickett here. Is it catching up to the pace car? I mean, I see. Well, then again, we've seen meatballs that it's just like a scrape on the side of the car. So I don't really know what the case was, unless I missed the 7 bouncing off the wall. But
I think he does. I think he's got some. Yeah, a little bit right there in the front right.
So maybe he bounced off the wall also that we just missed it. So Rickett's going to come into the pits and he's going to take a faster pair here for tonight, and hopefully the drivers can make it through. I mean, it doesn't take much here to get the get the car out there to the outside wall, and certainly the meatball flag is very
Maybe if
close.
they go to Barcelona, they won't get any meatball flags.
Honestly, at this point, Jimmy, I would think if they go in the gravel, if they go in the grass here at Indy, it may end up being a meatball flag. I mean, who knows at this point? I mean, if you come into pits, on an off lap, you try and short pit somebody, probably meatball flag. You come in, you take 2 tires instead of 4. Yeah, that's probably meatball flag. I don't know where it ends at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I did get a chance to go racing this weekend. Obviously, just a little bit with some free time there, Friday night and Saturday. I found myself at Daytona. I found a meatball flag as with the LMP2 as the brakes just didn't want to work out on the corners, and car just went straight instead of turning. And then, but that was my only meatball for the weekend. As I had a bunch of runs at our favorite track, Auto Club, with the Truck Series. I got out at Echo Park in the Xfinity car, and I also got out on Chicagoland with the Next Gens. So. Yeah, I did some racing here tonight, and it was actually quite a bit of fun. This afternoon was, or I should say this morning, truck race was, always entertaining, as you got the people out there. They're like, I was going straight, and you wrecked me. And if you clearly go back and watch the video, you can watch them bounce off the wall and come across my nose, or just come down and go across my nose. It was kind of entertaining, and I guess that's one of the reasons I don't do many officials, because I'll end up snapping at some of those knuckleheads that refuse to look at their replays before they run their mouth.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. I mean, there's I don't understand. I wish there was a better way, but really at the end of the day, that's why if and when I do officials, even when we do the team races, I keep my chat off. I keep the in-race chat off, because I don't even want to hear people, even if they're joking, having fun. I don't care. I don't trust it. I don't want to hear it. I listen to my team here in Discord, and that's it. And I would think if I end up going out there and partaking in officials, I wouldn't have the mic on, because one, I'd hear somebody say something that would just irk me and kind of poke and prod at me, or I'd be like Jimmy. I'd say something that I probably shouldn't, and
I didn't say anything. I just typed back. I told him to check his replays, and I said sorry. So there was this kind side to me, but there's a lot of inner holdback because it's like obviously public domain. There's no reason to kind of lash out at somebody over a simulator. So I did, like, what was he gonna accomplish? He didn't have a move. He tried to, he couldn't keep the car along the wall. It was kind of crazy, but. No meatball flags, and actually we saved it, especially the first time we got tangled up together when he bounced off the wall. And I think if I didn't get collected up with him, he would never straightened out his vehicle. So we were able to keep on going. I was finishing 12th and 13th, but we weren't even fighting for the lead. But fighting for the lead right now is Nolan Potter, as the pace car is in, Bradley Worley on the outside.
And we're gonna have another restart here as Potter waits till the last second here to get on the loud pedal, and you see real nice and bunched up heading into turn number 1. Levi Poland trying to stick real close there to try and make the pass on the 88 of Worley as he sent it down into turn 1. And this is a place where there's not really an apron per se in the corners. It's you got a little bit of a gap in between that white line and the rumble strips on the inside, and then you got the grass. So you certainly don't want to get down there to touch the rumble strips, or let alone the grass. But ideally, you do want to get there in between the white line and the rumble strips to get all the way to the inside of that corner if you can, or at least as close as possible. But again, you kind of tempt fate a little bit as well, getting close to those rumble strips. But a good restart here for most of them, as seen a car bouncing off the wall back there. It might have been Dale Garner Jr., and we'll see if that is enough. Actually, it wasn't Dale Garner Jr. It was, looks like, was Scott Henderson possibly. It was the maroon car back there, or not the maroon car, the other brown car right there. Yeah, the 72, but he's going to get away with no meatball on that one. So good on him for that at least. And I mean, taking a look at it, these drivers do have two faster pairs as usual. Certainly Pinkston and Rickett both have used one already. Got to keep that in mind for the rest of the race. 4 sets of tires in the pits.
Yeah, you know, obviously, you know, we're only out here for 75 laps, so I mean, it's a decent length of race here tonight, enough to get around here and get into the groove and really try to stretch those tires out. And I mean, you got 4 sets. I mean, that's only 20 laps, you know, pretty much for the tires, and that's about right. Right around the 15 lap mark, if you're really pushing the turd out of these tires, I mean, you can. They'll start going away pretty good, and you won't be able to make that left-hand turn very well. But yeah, I mean, 4 sets is to me plenty, if not too many. But I'm sure the drivers will love to have a new set anytime a caution comes out. But we're on lap 7 to 75. Obviously, you should have our caution sometime right around that 25 lap mark, and we'll get it going from there. And I'm sure that's why drivers aren't too worried about it. I'm sure they'll stick with it as long as they can stay on that lead lap.
Everything seems to be calming down here, settling down here into single file racing. And I think we'll hopefully see this for a little bit. I know the 7 of Billy Rickett would love to make his way back up into the mix here once again. He's back up into the top 10 right now, into 9th. Biggest mover of the race, certainly since the pit stop here on under the first caution, as he was one that it must have been just a timely caution for him, because I didn't see him get out there, hit the wall, but apparently he did in turn number 4. Got the meatball flag, and not too long after that, it was the 22 of Daniel Pinkston hitting the wall and then kind of bouncing off the wall, and not sure if that's why the caution was thrown out, but he was blinking pretty bad as well, and the caution ended up flying out, and puts us in the situation we're in right now. But we're here on lap number 8. And Nolan Potter leads the way. Bradley Worley, Levi Poland, Douglas Ivey, Travis Noble for your top 5. Matthew Radford, Billy Rickett, Zane Bierman, Justin Spengler, Tony Brennan for your top 10.
Yeah, everybody looking good right now. Obviously, single file is the way to go early on. To the wall there. I think that was was that Levi Poland? No. It was Douglas Ivey. Douglas Ivey smacked that wall really good. It was like he walked away with no meatball.
yeah, it's what it is all night. I mean, you tempt that fate, it's gonna come back and get you at some
Smack
point.
A wall, earn a meatball.
And these drivers should know it by now. I mean, we're plenty of races into the season at this point. You should know what's waiting around the corner, what you can get involved in very, very quickly here. I mean, we're about halfway through the season, or at least a good third of the way through the season at this point. But I mean, it's just been crazy. These cars don't take any kind of damage at all without getting a meatball. But right now, it is still Nolan Pollard up front, but now Levi Poland moves into second as Bradley Worley. We tried to fight that a little bit too hard, but the 91 in second, and now looks like Worley is going to lose out to Douglas Ivey here heading into turn number 1, and you see Radford there trying to capitalize as well. Close battling right here inside the top 5. You see Worley trying to fight him off, but caution flag is going to fly. Not sure what's for this time. I believe, was an iRacing caution. I don't see that Greg.
I don't see anything from Greg. I don't know where it would be. Maybe the 13? Well, he's definitely damaged with the meatball. Let's go ahead and stop, and we'll do the old-fashioned rewind.
And this is
here it is.
This is contact heading into turn number 1, and
From the 22.
It's actually started even before that. It was contact with the 31 on the outside. So Matthews comes across the 31 and then across the 22 and gets shoved all the way down into turn number 1. So the fact that both the 22 and the 31 walked away without a meatball on that one is certainly fortuitous, but especially for the 22 because he's already used a fast repair already, and I would think the 22 is going to be in to get some of those repairs done if he needs any. But this is been an auspicious start here for the 22 of Daniel Pinkston, and one of the days where he may wish that he'd be sitting back with a little sleeve of Oreos watching the race and dealing out penalties instead of getting involved in all this action here.
Sometimes, sometimes when you get into a race car, it just seems like nothing you do, no matter what, you just can't stay out of like an incident, whether it's you creating one yourself or getting involved with or just around somebody that makes a mistake. I mean, I know I've had those races. I'm sure you've had those races. You're just going along and something happens, and then you do something, and then something happens and you're involved with somebody else. And I'm like, can I catch a break, please? It does make for a frustrating night, and the 22 has had his fair share of those races so far this season, but looks, I mean, by the appearance of the car, it looks like it's okay. I don't see him fight the wheel too much inside the cockpit either, so hopefully everything's good on the 22 and he can keep on going. But for Scott Henderson, Scott Matthews, hopefully the fast repair kicks in after the tow timer, as he's waiting just patiently to get in there and get things done. But we do have some people coming down pit lane right now. Justin Spengler, Zane Bierman, and Matthew Jordan and Pinkston.
In the meantime, I want to thank everyone out there in CRN Nation for tuning in here tonight. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that we have to offer here in CRN, as this is our one and only for this week. This is our only broadcast for the entire week. So I want to wish everyone early happy Thanksgiving here, happy Thanksgiving week, happy Black Friday shopping to you as well if you brave the elements.
Pocketbooks.
Or whatever you want to call it out there. I typically go out there for one thing or another. This season, I'm not sure. May just stay home and cozy and sleep in. But I mean, now it just seems
like my Black Friday.
Jimmy, anymore, it's not really a typical Black Friday. Normally, it used to be everything goes on sale on Black Friday. A lot of times, the stores would open maybe an hour or two early. Then all of a sudden, it started where the stores would open at like 4 a.m. for their blockbuster deals. And then all of a sudden, is at midnight. And now there's deals that you can get on Wednesdays, and then there's all the Black Friday stuff you can get online that goes on sale on Black Friday, so you can just sit at home and do it. So it's not really the lure. I don't think that
it's typically Black Friday for like a month now, and I've already purchased my Black Friday purchase of iRacing because it's 25% off on Black Friday for the whole year. So I just go ahead and knock that out, and that's done for the year. But instead of paying $100, it's like 85 or something like that instead. So it's worth it. iRacing's been a thing that I've been doing since only since 2020, but it seems like I've been doing it a lot longer.
Yeah, it does.
But come to think, I mean, we've already been doing this for 5 years, and then obviously this will be the 6th, and a good 4 years actually. In February, we'll start our 5th year. So as far as CRN goes, and it's been pretty good, I think. All out there. All the fans are awesome. Got about almost 1,600 followers. So if you're haven't followed yet, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, you can subscribe. It's free. There's no paid subscription here to CRN. We're not going to go partner here at CRN, so no commercial breaks for everybody, and everybody can enjoy the fast-paced action of each and every league that we broadcast. But right now, looking to go back to green here shortly. The 99 is out front with Levi Poland, Douglas Eiley, Bradley Worley, Matthew Radford for your top 5, and Travis Noble, Billy Rickett, Tony Brennan, Paul Helms, and Dale Gardner Jr. For your top 10. Biggest mover in the top 10, Dale Gardner Jr., number 31, as we've seen him have his moments here early on.
I think the one out there that I feel for the most is probably Mike Casey. I don't know what he's going to do with himself this week. I mean, he doesn't get to race in the 191 here tonight because of computer issues, and he's got no CRN coverage to enjoy this whole week too. I mean, I feel like can we like put the reel on and just put some replays on for him? And I know you can look back at CRN and watch whatever you want, but I mean, I almost feel like we need to go live with a special just for Mike Casey out there, just give him some replays to watch for the week.
Well, Mike's been hopping over on my Twitch channel as he enjoys me wrecking, crashing, or just rooting me on, running some ovals. So over there on my Twitch channel. So if you guys want some racing, maybe throughout the week, maybe I'll get at least a race or two in at the in the week over there. Jimmy, it's just Jimmy Covert over there on Twitch, and I've been trying to get motivated to get back out here. Obviously, start feeling these cars again and get a little more practice out there. Maybe somebody can give me some tips on how to drive like poop and not burn off my right front tire, because that seems to be my issue for most tracks. But we're back under green here as Nolan Potter is underway here, and the 33 of Douglas Ivy getting a great start.
One thing I'm surprised at here, Jimmy, is we haven't had really any kind of pit stops from these drivers. I know we've had maybe 8 laps or so under green flag conditions, which is not much. But I mean, you have 4 sets of tires here in the pits. The fact that we didn't see, I think it looks like we had 5 cars in the pits on that last pit stop, and I believe maybe 4 of them took tires. But I mean, some of those pit stops are in the 10-second range. So that could be, if anything, maybe 2 maybe 2 tires. So I'm just kind of surprised that we haven't seen more drivers come in, even from like the back half of the top 10, just to venture in there, go off cycle a little bit, get some tires. I know we have the comp caution that's going to be coming out, but a chance to move up through the field. And, okay, maybe you're using your second set of tires already on lap number 25, but you're further up through the field. You don't have to battle through and try and really scrape and scrap all the way through this field. And maybe for a driver like, Billy Rickett, he's already making his way through the field, but if he had some new tires in there, it may make it a little bit easier. But he's side by side here, and we got a car against the wall. I think it's Bradley Worley still struggling with the handling of that 88. And
he's getting in that groove where he's really pushing his 88 as hard as he can. When you get into a spot where you kind of overdrive or maybe you missed your mark, you end up pushing wide, and it's hard to kind of get out of that rhythm when you're starting to fall behind. And if your tires are angry at you, you have to kind of lay back just a little bit to get them back under control. And I talk about not being able to save my own tires. I kind of know the process. Just the application is not the thing to do. But we do have a crash back there with Chris Perry way in the back of the field. No caution flag out flying right now. He does have a meatball, so we're going to go ahead and catch that, see what happened to Chris real quick. And all back there by himself and just off the wall just a little bit. It's going to shoot him down to the inside and keeps it down there in the inside. Does go sideways, but it was behind the field, Carl, so not any point
concern
of
for
caution.
Yeah,
coming out, and he's going to take time to get back around. He is going. He's back down to turn number 1 right now, so still under green here. Perry has lost some time, and obviously he's still out there, going to give it a claws roll and hope for that caution to fly soon, as he's not the only one, and he can stay on the lead lap. But out front right now, it is Douglas Ivy hunting down Nolan Potter here at Indy.
Ooh. Yeah. Two-car breakaway, but then behind them, it's a 4-car group right there. It is getting testy here, as looks like the yellow flag is going to come out. And this one looks like maybe Daniel Pinkston involved in this one. I see Chris Perry jumped in the pits, but I think that was just kind of off kilter here, but it looks
64.
Like Helms into the back of Bradley Worley here, but there's something going on in front as well. I see some smoke up ahead.
Yeah, I'll check up here in just a few here.
Unless that was maybe iRacing or SDK kind of getting a little screwy with that. Yeah, we'll take a look and see if we can dissect maybe what happened here.
Yeah, let's see. We'll go back. We'll go, because there's a big check up there for the 64. So let's see if we can launch on the 64. Paul Helms. We'll go to the nose, see what he's seeing up here as we play this here. Oh, right there. What
It was
that?
a 4-car battle up at the front. I know that.
Was that Billy? 65.
65 there. Yeah. Is
Here's the
Tony Brennan.
Tony. There you go. Yeah. So, and that might have been the checkup here early on. But you see the 65 going down to the inside. Billy Rickett looking how to run too, getting down there. Oh, and the 65, not knowing Billy Rickett was there, sends the 65 and they slide. And I think in turn, and that's what the drivers behind them seen, and that's when you seen the incident behind too, the smoke and the stuff behind. So, yeah, just a little bit of calamity there. Everybody kind of getting on each other just a little bit, but looks like everything seems to be okay. I don't see any meatballs. So, well, lap 18, Carl, are you coming in?
I mean, I would came in on lap 11. So, yeah, I would be surprised if we don't see a few takers here. I mean, again, I know the comp caution is looming here. The comp caution will be coming up here in a little bit. So I guess
maybe that's okay.
I guess at this point, I guess at this point, maybe you just stay out and
maybe
wait for the comp caution and save those tires for the back half of the race. Never know how yellow the back half of the race is, but it looks like we got some drivers coming in. Levi Poland in the pits, Daniel Pinkston back in the pits. I'm sure I'm maybe getting some repairs done here for the 22, but Poland, the only one that's gonna maybe get some tires and some track position at the comp caution if he decides not to take the tires at that point. I don't know.
I don't know, because if there's a comp caution and 5 more laps, I don't know if I want to put five laps on tires to come in, and then everybody else is gonna have fresh tires, and I'm gonna go backwards. So maybe just a splash of fuel, maybe tap the wall and just want to see if he had any repairs. I mean, it's a good time to just grab some fuel and, put some, some maintenance in that car. That you're going to come in a few more laps for a comp caution and wrap things up here. It's definitely something, a thought, especially if you have a little bit of damage. I don't know, maybe you need a P break, 15 seconds after the race.
Maybe a little too much country time lemonade for the driver of the 91, because he's still in pit lane, and he is possibly, maybe he's they're hopping out like they did in Talladega Nights, and we'll see if a crew member hops in to drive the car, because he may be over having a chicken sandwich in the infield, maybe over there at the beer tent with Mike Casey. But either way, the 91 in pit lane. I don't think I've seen the car go up at all. So maybe saving those tires. I guess if you do have the option of coming in and getting those tires, you have 5 laps to go until to the comp caution. Maybe you just kind of stay in the back and really don't drive the car at all. Don't wear those tires out at all until that comp caution. Even if you fall back 30 seconds from the field.
You're telling race car driver to be don't race. Well, not race, but
knowing that the caution's coming out. Yeah, I mean, it's an option. You stay out there, don't do anything at all, and then pick up all those positions for free. Your tires aren't that much worn, even though they're 5 lap older.
They would be warmed up. They'd be slightly warmed up. And you won't have to worry about getting out there. And, obviously in first laps, it can be a little tricky with the tires. They need to, come up to temperature and get the proper pressure in them in order to handle correctly around here. So, he was running towards up the front. So, there's always a danger of kind of going to the back and taking that chance. Now you got to either come up through the field and run through the battlefield, as I call it, or just kind of hang out back there, and hopefully you get a faster pit stop and you don't have to, mingle, because everybody else is going to need, fuel and tires and all that stuff when they come in. So, I don't know, just a different, interesting play there by the 91.
Well, either way, potty break's over. He's back out here trying to catch the field to get this thing back underway, as we are completing lap number 20, and we're going to get the comp caution up here pretty soon. But We'll see what these drivers do in the meantime. It has been all Nolan Potter here at the front. Douglas Ivey was certainly threatening on this last restart, and we definitely had a good battle between 4 or 5 cars there right behind him as they were losing time because they were battling each other so hard. But as it stands right now, we'll see who can get this thing done here before the comp caution and who's got it here tonight. But plenty of racing still to go, as we still got a good 55 laps left in this race. But pace car will be in at this time, and we'll get him back to green.
Getting ready back to go to green. But Carl, I was like just kind of surfing around the internet, looking at NASCAR and the history and stuff, and I just found out that my driver Ricky Rudd was inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame for 2025. So it's good to see some of those old drivers, and he got in there as he won under a bunch of different teams. He had at least one win for like 15 or 16 years in a row. A little bit of tire spinach here by the start here by the 97, but looking to kind of get a good run and get out front here. But yeah, just definitely was following up on some of the NASCAR stuff, and it was a nice tidbit there to see where Ricky Rudd was and if he ever made it into the Hall of Fame, and I guess he finally did.
Well, certainly for Bartholomew out there, that the 97 is looking for the lead and trying to battle with the 99 here down the backstretch. Going to try and go side by side down into turn number 3. He's got the advantage to the inside here, but doesn't arc the car down far enough, but it pushes the 99 out wide enough that he is going to take over the lead here. But don't look too far behind him, because the 7 of Billy Rickett maybe trying to steal this lap lead right away from Billy Rickett back up into second place after the early issues here tonight. That 7 looking mighty fast once again, but can he get the luck on his side at the end of the race to try and finally grab his first win? Got involved in the wall himself, got a meatball, got involved in the last caution here, as well as Bradley Worley again. I believe it was Bradley Worley, at least. If it is, he's really trying to test the limits of this meatball situation, and unfortunately, he met his match.
Oh, no.
88 with a meatball after that incident right there. Now, the question is, Jimmy, I guess you have to come in as quick as possible. You want to come in before the comp caution comes out, because you're going to get all that time right back.
Well, if the comp caution is going to go out here in a few laps, if he can kind of stay out there and, until that comp caution comes out, he can get that car repaired. But is there a limit for the car? Yeah, you have to come in.
I think it's 3 laps. Yeah, now it's like Scott Matthews with a meatball flag and Douglas Ivey with a meatball flag as well. All these drivers trying to get a meatball out of the way before the comp caution. But yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If you come in now under green, you're not going to go down a lap. Come in there, serve the meatball, come back out there, and then when the comp caution comes out, you're right back with the field. But if you wait, especially until and after the comp caution, you're going to go back that time, and you're not going to get that right back until another caution, if another caution comes out.
Yeah, an interesting play, what these drivers need to do, and, see if they'll come in and actually do that. But the battle is up front right now. P3 under some pressure there. Travis Noble trying to defend. The 99 takes it as he lets it happen. Travis Noble lets the 99 go by as they falls in line here down the front stretch, and it does look like Tony Brennan trying to get by as well. And he makes that happen down the straightaway. So Travis Noble just kind of letting the drivers go by. Maybe was just kind of up there and just trying to take it easy right now, as we are coming up on lap 25 here very shortly, as we're on lap number 24 of 75.
Well, very interesting here, Jimmy, because the meatball flags have been cleared.
What?
So they were cleared by the admins here, and maybe because of the comp caution that's coming up here, but certainly a little head scratching on that. You can clear black flags. That's exactly how it's part of the black flags, I would assume. So that's very, very interesting here, and certainly could be a talking point at some point here. But either way, we are completing lap number 24 now. Matthew Radford in the lead. Billy Rickett trying to wrestle it away. Nolan Potter, Tony Brennan, Travis Noble for your top 5. Should be going around one more time and then seeing that comp caution.
And now I'm gonna go purchase a session and just run the car to the wall, get a meatball to see if I can clear it. Because I'm curious. I didn't think that could happen, Carl. I thought that meatball was just obviously too much damage, and you needed to come in and get it repaired. I am really surprised if you can actually clear a meatball.
Looks like this may be the comp caution right here, and indeed it is. Greg has thrown the comp caution, and we will we'll let these guys group back up here, rack them up. And Jimmy, if we don't see pit stops here from everybody, or at least everybody that hasn't come in 4 tires already, I'm lost for words. So I would think we see everybody come into the pits on this one.
Well, Scott Matthews still doesn't know the difference between 7 and 13, as he's still rocking number 7 on the track, and 13 is his number. So I don't know if he can get this straight here, if he's going to qualify or come in or not. He is on a lucky dog, though. I think he has the. Pull this up and go to. I got the. Let me change this one. This one right here. There we go. Yeah, he's 1 lap down, so he'll stay out for 1 more lap, but he'll get back on the lead. But and then Chris Perry was in on lap. Well, he was in on lap 16, so I don't know if if you were Chris Perry, would you just stay out, Carl, and take the wave around, and then you'd only be 1 lap down?
Absolutely, yeah. Anytime you can get a wave around at a big track like this, like Indy, if you're not the lucky dog, you take the wave around and hope a caution comes right back out to get you back in play. If it doesn't, then you'd still be back in the same situation you're in anyway. So yeah, any chance you get to get a lap back here, you definitely want to take it. But we'll let these drivers take their pit stops here, most likely on this lap, and then we will. Well, let me try and bring in Zane Bierman and see how he's feeling out there, see how close he's gotten to the wall here so far. I mean, he started in 13th position. He's up 6 spots into 7th.
Yeah, he's doing, obviously to stay out of trouble, take care of the car here tonight so far. Talked about, obviously, we touched bases on the meatball and, how easy it was to get here. And, he's, was trying to make sure that he conserved his tires and backing up his corners and whatnot. So he's been doing a fantastic job, and his efforts aren't being unnoticed, as he's up 6 spots. A lot of drivers up a few spots. Zane was up 6, Justin Spengler up 6, Tony Brennan up 2, Matthew Radford, as he had the lead there, he was up 4, and then Scruffy Jordan, big mover there, up 8 spots in 9th.
Jimmy, pit stops.
Pit stops.
Drivers are coming in. It's amazing.
Yay!
We've seen this quite a bit this season. A lot of the drivers waiting until lap 25, and a lot of them kind of messing with us just because we don't pay attention all the time on Sundays. But I guess those are only race this week, so I'm paying extra attention maybe this week and knowing about the comp caution and not getting fooled by, hey, look at some drivers are short pitting. I wonder what they're going to do here now. Everybody comes in here on lap 18. Lap 25 to get their services done, and I would think everybody's going to take 4 tires here. I don't think there's any way you can decide to go 2 here or no tires. But with that being the case, we do have that. We have Daniel Pinkston. Looks like he's taking no tires. Scruffy Jordan, not sure if he took 2 or none. But either way, that's going to be your new front row here. So Pinkston's going to be up 8 spots, and Matthew Jordan up 15. So Matthew Radford, the one who was leading at the caution, is now going to be back in 3rd. Nolan Potter 4th. Billy Rickett in your top 5. Then you got Noble, Spengler, Brennan, Bierman, and Poland for your top 10.
Yeah, everybody looking good. Obviously they've made their decisions on how they wanted to take their pit stops, and they're going to come out and re-rack them here and go for another almost 50 laps. It'll be about 48, I think 47 by the time they get back to green.
Meantime, we'll try and bring in the driver of the 55, Zane Bierman. Zane, you guys made it to the comp caution. I guess you in particular made it to the comp caution. No meatballs. We've certainly seen some meatballs here from a lot of drivers tonight, but not for you so far. How do you feel the car's handling out there? Are you ready to kind of get to it now for the last 50?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm slightly behind pace on tires, so I average probably about 15 laps a set is what we're allocated. So I made the decision to take 4 on the first caution at it was like 12 laps or 10 laps or something like that. So my goal was to try to kind of race back up to where I was without losing any position to anyone else between then and the competition caution, and I think I ended up negative 2 spots, so pretty happy where I'm sitting right now.
Yeah, it's certainly been a pretty decent move slowly up through the ranks here now, up into the top 10. So far so good. I mean, still plenty of racing to go, and hopefully some green flag pit stops involved yet as well. But wish you luck again. We'll let you get back to it, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you again.
Thank you, sir.
It's driver of the 55 here, Zane Bierman, as we are lights out. We're going to get this thing back underway this time by. And again, we got less than 50 laps now at this point, but Daniel Pinkston is going to be your new leader, but how will those tires fire off? Daniel Pinkston and Matthew Jordan get off and get away. How long will they be able to hold everyone behind them? Will there be an incident because of it? We've seen it multiple times, Jimmy. You decide to stay out there or decide to come in and only take fuel, not take tires, and all of a sudden we have some incidents that start brewing.
Yeah, you know, when I got out there this weekend and I was running around, and then when the cautions would fly, I just kept following the majority. You know, I wasn't leading, so I didn't have to make that decision, and I was just taking tires when needed. And when you run the officials, especially when the fixed series, because I don't have any subscription to any setup shop, and I didn't have time to really make anything from between you know, when I got in the car and whatnot, but you know, I just followed everybody, and I'd get in there and you know, just take tires. And they're pretty much sprint races. You know, they're like 35 laps long, you know, 40 laps long. You know, nothing major with 2 sets of tires, and that seemed like plenty. I mean, you can overdrive your car for 10, 15 laps, and if it stayed green, you were in trouble. But if it went in caution, you could come back in. It was like, you know, like any other day. So. But yeah, right now some of these drivers are going to feel the pain here, but I think the 22 gets a nice little jump here. It should make things a little bit easier. Obviously, tires cooled down from when he was out there and able to kind of get out there. I don't know how long he'll be able to keep the spot. The 97 was really on a roll and really looking to take it here, maybe on the exit of turn 2.
Little nudge said, come on, get going. I want to get out here. But Nolan Potter around the outside of the 22 is going to push Scruffy Jordan to the lead. Will he be able to cut underneath and get to the point here? And at turn number 3, looks like it is stay behind for the time being. And now we got a battle for second as the 97 of Radford is going to jump to the inside here and looking to move back up to the front.
The 97,
the 97 certainly looking like he's on today, but big incident right there. Gonna send down pit road. There's 7 involved in this one. A couple of black flags. It technically happened off the track. We'll see if admins throw the caution on this one, but certainly some big incidents right there. I would think maybe both of them not only gonna have that black flag, but maybe gonna turn into a meatball. Looks like Tony Brennan is gonna walk away with a meatball right there with the 65. But that could have been huge. Coming out of turn number 4, could have collected just about everybody in the field. Take a look at that one more time.
I gotta get back up there. Oh, Manny Radford. Yeah, you can see his nose pointed down there in the corner here, and he's losing the car right there. He's sideways, and then it just grabs a hold and snaps to the right into the 99, cross the nose of the 70. Collects the 7.
How about the 70 sneaking out of that with nothing? I mean, what a move there for Travis Noble.
Yeah. Yeah, 7, I think, thought about trying to make the track, but down in there, you see the 97 trying to slow up for pit entry, but obviously probably black flags. I don't know if anything came of that, if they had black flags that needed to be served, or if they were cleared. Obviously, they got into an incident and slid down, and that's one thing about race control. If you know they did get some black flags for a bad entry, technically it's a bad entry, but you know they were involved in an incident, you know, and they're trying to kind of collect the cars. So that's something that the admin can clear those black flags so those drivers can continue, you know, racing here. But it does look like they are going to be a little bit behind, as now they are at the tail end of the lead lap.
One thing that's going to help on this one is that it's spread out the field here quite a bit, and we'll see now how these drivers can reel each other in or maybe check out from the field. But you got to give it to the 23. Matthew Scruffy Jordan has kept this lead through all the calamities. Certainly helps when the guys right behind you are involved in quite a bit here. But I mean, Travis Noble is the next one in line. Nolan Potter right there, the 99, may have some damage, but either way, he's looking now to the outside here of the 70 for second place. Little sideways there, but he keeps control of it. He needs to get around Travis Noble so he can try and hunt down Matthew Jordan, but not going to happen right now. Noble holds on to second place. And Scruffy Jordan loving all of this right now, as he is gladly leading this thing by half a second and looking like he made the right decision. Just as we called it, Jimmy. You don't take any tires on that one.
No tires, just stay out there, keep it going. And it's a good benefit there for Scruffy, doing a good job of just kind of getting around there. He has no dirty air to deal with. He has nobody in his immediate bumper to worry about making a move on him right at the moment. So the 99 and the 70 need to work together in order to catch back up, or they'll slowly fall behind as Matthew Jordan will sail off into the sunset if they continue to battle. But yeah, that's the way the front is looking. But look back into P number 4 and back here about 5 positions as Bradley Worley trying to fend off Douglas Ivey, Levi Poland, Zane Bierman, and Justin Spengler all in that mix there as they come down the front stretch here.
Yeah, I think you found the battlefield here, Jimmy. So there's quite a few cars all in one spot. I said they were spread out. Well, there's still little pockets of battles as the 88 closes the door there on the 33 into 1. It's going to give the option now to the 91 of Levi Poland to move into 5th place. But certainly some battling here in the back half of the top 5 and even the back half of the top 10. And you got to wonder what Zane Bierman's thinking right now. We talked to him a couple times. He's just trying to kind of survive here towards the end, trying to move up through the field. But you see just kind of hanging back right now behind Douglas Ivey in 7th place.
Yeah, I think he's thinking a little more bigger picture. Obviously, he said he was behind on tires a little bit. So if he took tires on the first time, he's trying to stretch his tires out just a little bit, at least to even him up with everybody else. So he needs to hold on to the position he's got. Doing a pretty good job right now. Currently up 6 spots in P number 7. Following the battle in front of him between Levi Poland and Douglas Ivey. Bradley Worley up there. Obviously, some of these drivers have had their issues this evening. You see Pinkston getting by there on the underside here as he slides up in front of Bierman. So Zane just kind of, I think, running his own race at the moment. Just kind of letting the race come to him, whether his tires will allow. And you just kind of just stay aware of everybody around you and try and just stay out of trouble. You see how good that draft is here tonight too.
Yeah, draft certainly working. It's at least really into the car in front of you, but you still need to get those good runs out of the corner, and it's so tough because you're trying so hard to stay off of the walls here, and it can be very difficult to try and get that good run and be cautious as well. But you see some still side-by-side battling here as Bierman on the outside right now of Justin Spengler, trying to get that draft on the front stretches to pull him back ahead. And I mean, now look to the inside here of Pinkston into 1.
Yeah, had a good pull there by the 22 and the 28 looking to kind of get around him as well. So figured he'd take that. Knew that the 28 would probably step out to push him if he left the 22, and that's exactly what happened. Zane was able to go to the inside. The 28 came out, continued the momentum. Both got around the 22 and moved them back up into 7th and 8th. Back up front with Matthew Jordan up 16 spots, leading this thing. He's got some company from the 99.
Well, we are just about at the halfway point at this time. Still looking at probably, I mean, we don't know the pit cycle here, the length of time for fuel, as we got a battle for the lead. The 99 going for first, but I would think we're probably looking at a minimum 1 stop, but maybe even 2 stops here to the end of the race. But we did see everybody kind of easily make it to lap 25 without needing to come into the pits. So maybe we're only looking at a 1-stopper from here. I don't think you're going to make 50 laps at Indy on a one tank of fuel. It's too long of a race. You're not going to make it 100 miles on a tank of fuel, especially with how much you're on the throttle here. So be looking at a one pit stop here, I would think, for the race, unless we get some cautions. But with the field spread out as it is now, with just a few battles here and there, the chance of cautions goes down, obviously exponentially. But I don't know. I don't know how this thing is going to play out. It's Indy, and these drivers are certainly getting after it, and a lot of them a little hungry. I know it's we got a few days till Thursday, but a lot of them hungry here tonight.
Just as long as we're not hungry for meatballs. I mean, I know Sundays is pasta night, but it's definitely. I'd love to show Inkston a little bit more, but unstable connection, blinking in and out makes for some bad viewing. But doing a pretty good job there in P number 9 right at the moment, getting back to where he started. Matthew Scruffy is going back up as he's lost a few spots. Back in P number 3 though, Carl, and maybe just now them tires maybe starting to show their age.
Well, once again, I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in tonight. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that CRN has to offer. Also want to thank our sponsors here for the series, Kim's Cups and more, and One Vision EMS and Transports for everything that they do for 91 Motorsports. But we're at the halfway point now. We'll go ahead and crank these drivers up here. And well, before we do, I believe I seen Wade in here with the IKEA car last week, if not even the week before. And for some reason, it didn't click until right now. Very appropriate car for this series, and especially now, the 91 on cue with a meatball. But
oh my goodness.
As I was mentioning, we'll go ahead and step aside here for a moment. Give everyone out there in CRN Nation a little love to hear it.
Yeah, another. Just hate to see the meatballs, man. It is crazy. He might have just had a slight brush on the wall and looks to be running okay. I mean, just before we go to love to hear it, just take a look at the front of his car real quick, and you can see just that slight damage, Carl.
A little juice out the lemon on the front right there.
A little bit of a squeeze, I guess.
Yeah, that's all you need is a little squeeze, and you're gonna get a meatball. Like I said, I mean, I think if your shadow touches the wall, it's a meatball at this point. So
that was off. All right, let's go to love to hear it.
Sights and sounds here from the 191 Motorsports Gen 6 Series here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. As we're getting down towards the end of the race, we've seen a few cars come in to make their pit stops already, some short pits. We see the 55 right now, though, has a meatball, as he's going to be coming in right now. But I guess, kind of a good time to have it. You're going to be coming in for your pit stop anyway, and we'll come in, get those 4 tires, take care of that meatball with a fast repair, and get back out there. The 7 Billy Rickett with a black flag. Not sure what happened with him. He's in getting his service right now. We'll see if it's a 40-second hold for him, if he's got to come back into the pits. But it's definitely around that time we're coming in for the pits. About 25 laps left in this race. See Zane Bierman getting all cleaned up now. Bradley Worley is your leader. We've seen him bouncing off the wall several times. We did see him with a meatball at one point, but the 88's in the lead right now, and that's really all that matters.
Gotta give it to him. He was able to kind of keep things going and stay out there and get a lap led here, as it does look like Douglas Ivey's going to take over down the straightaway, and that's a long way down to the start finish line. So, but things have changed here. Douglas Ivey out front over Bradley Worley. Justin Spangler back there in P number 3. Paul Helms currently sitting in 4th in number 64. Wade Inyard was in 5th, but gave that up to come down to pits for his pit stop. Dale Garner Jr. up in now 5th place, still out there making things run. Scott Henderson's in 6th, and see Nolan Potter coming around here, and currently in 8th. And he's your first of people that pitted.
Do we have an incident there with the 97? Trying to wait and see if he gets that meatball, because it looks like he's got some damage to the car. Not sure what happened, if maybe he went to come into the pits and missed it. I seen smoke, and I seen the car kind of a little sideways. Maybe a botched pit entry there for the 97 of Radford's going to put him plenty far back here. It looks like a little bit of damage, but to the front end of it. Typically it's not a meatball, so not sure again what happened here for Radford. Douglas Ivey now the leader, as Bradley Worley in the pits. Justin Spangler, Paul Helms for your top 3, but still plenty of cars that need to come in and make their final pit stops here of the night. We're down to less than 25 to go at this point, and we'll see again who can kind of finish this thing out. It's been kind of crazy here, especially with the meatballs. We had some incidents here and spread out the field, because the cars that got kind of involved in the incident and the wreck, they got sent down pit road, and therefore nothing out there on the field. So it spread out the field here a little bit. We definitely had a battlefield yet, as we've seen 3, 4, 5 cars battling it out yet, but we're now in the midst of our first and what will be most likely our only green flag pit stops here tonight. Justin Spangler in the 28, still keeping it out there, and they're just out there getting a chance to see the 28 at the top of the boards here for the first time tonight, and we'll see how long he decides to stay out there. Dale Garner Jr., another one that has to come in and make his final pit stop. The 97 of Radford still needs to come into the pits. He last pit on lap number 29, so he's going to have to come in yet. I don't think he'll be making that far of a run on these fuel tanks, but that'll be the only 3, I believe, left. Maybe Tony Brennan, that last pit on lap number 31, probably needs to come in here as well. But either way, time is ticking down. Now Spangler in the pits, and that leaves Dale Garner Jr. now. He'll end up retaking the lead, but he's pretty far back there right now. Not sure if he's in extreme fuel save mode or what the case is here, because Garner is plenty far back there.
Yeah, it's obviously if he's saving fuel, he was in on lap 26, so he's been out there for quite a few laps now. Just kind of maybe he's in a groove and just figured maybe catch a caution or something and be able to kind of come out here with some fresher tires on the breast, and put himself in a little better spot if everybody was grouped back up. So. And that might be what Radford's kind of maybe hoping for as well, is that damage number 97 is going to come down into the pits now, coming down, getting everything slowed down here to coming down for some fresh tires, maybe a fast repair on that number 97 and get them back out there. It does look like most of the stops have been completed, but we do have a meatball on the number 72.
and I don't believe that's his first one here tonight. So not sure if he's got a faster pair left in the tank here, but Dale Gardner Jr. has got the lead, but by less than a second, because Nolan Potter is closing and closing fast. You see the 99 now to the inside, going to easily make the pass for the lead. So I think Dale Gardner is trying to stretch this thing out to the end, but he's going to lose now first and second as Levi Poland gets the 91 around. That is your battle now for the lead. The 99 and the 91 have completed their pit stops, and they are good to go here to the end for the final 20 laps of this race.
And out to a nice little lead. Obviously, Dale Gardner Jr., in conserve mode. And then Travis Noble sitting there in fourth. They'll be looking to take over third spot from Dale Gardner Jr. Here shortly. But, good run for Dale Gardner Jr. to have that 31 machine up front. Whether it's extending the fuel or whatnot. And, it might not get the finish that he wants here, but this, when drivers do this, Carl, that is more on them and honing their racecraft, saving their tires, seeing how far they can actually push the cars. But it does look like the 31 is going to bring it down into the pits here and claim his last pit stop here of the evening. Obviously, Nolan Potter is out front with Levi Poland in second, Travis Noble back in third, Matthew Scruffy Jordan back in fourth. And then another 2 seconds back to Bradley Worley. Douglas Ivey back 5 seconds from him. And then Zane Bierman back another 2 seconds with Justin Spengler. In 8th, 9th is Daniel Pinkston. Paul Helms back in 10th, another 5 seconds. So everybody kind of spread out. You can see the Skittles on the map. Pretty much all, 3/4 away around the track here. So everybody's got some going on, but we does look like Paul Helms had just picked up a meatball flag here for the number 54. Yeah, just that slight right damage.
Yeah, that right front is definitely the telltale sign here at Indy that you pushed out a little bit too much exiting the corner, whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 4 here. Typically 4 is the troublesome spot, but we've seen that quite a bit here tonight. That is the meatball for sure every time. As it's like Chris Perry has a meatball there towards the back of the field as well. But Paul Helms is going to bring in the 64 here to service and get that meatball. But right now it is Nolan Potter leading by 9/10 of a second, but it's going to be less now. Now, Jimmy, now it gets interesting because now I'm sure everybody's at least got a set of tires left in the pits. I know you just came in a few laps ago, but I feel like you kind of need to come in here again, do you not?
18 laps to go right now, and if you got a set of tires in the pits and you're not coming down to get them, you're almost shooting, especially if you're up front. I think you might be shooting yourself in the foot a little bit. Maybe you can make it work, but somebody, with those newer tires, I mean, you look at Tony Brennan, just last in on lap 31, towards the back of the drivers that are on the lead lap, is able to come in and get some fresh tires, and probably, if nobody comes in, be able to drive through at least half them drivers.
Well, we'll see how it all plays out here for the last bit of this race, as it is Potter, Poland, Noble, Jordan, and Worley for your top 5. I think just about everybody was involved in something or another. We'll see who decides to come in. Did we see drivers take 2 tires? I mean, again, I'm not sure, but I almost feel like by the length of the pit stop that it was a 2-tire stop there for Matthew Jordan. Whether it was 2 or whether it was none, he clearly had enough pace to kind of keep up with everybody through that entire run right there. So, I mean, worth a shot, I think, for some of these drivers to maybe take 2 tires, maybe take no tires, get yourself some track position, and maybe hold on for a really good finish out here tonight. But we still have 17 cars running here in the field, and it looks like, it looks like the top 11 right now are the ones on the lead lap and still in with a chance at this race. But again, you never know. This may very well not be the last caution here tonight. I'm sure we'll see some drivers on some different strategies. But as it stands right now, we got 11. We'll see if the 31 of Garner, is he going to get the wave around on this one? No sign just yet now. Yeah, now it looks like he is going to get the wave around. So we'll have 12 cars on the lead lap. And as it stands right now, those are the ones, pretty much all of them with a chance at the win here tonight. But we've certainly seen some cars better than others here tonight. The 99 has led a lot of laps. He was on the pole here tonight. Worley has shown some speed, but he's shown some inconsistencies getting up into the wall as well. Levi Poland has been up there quite a bit. Even Douglas Ivey has spent some time at the front. But which strategy is going to play out here? Because we got different strategies all through the field. Spangler, fuel only. Travis Noble, 2 tires. Potter and Poland, 4 tires. Looks like Ivey, possibly 2 tires as well. It's about to get interesting here, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's going to get interesting, and obviously a few drivers, obviously Garner able to get that lucky dog and get back in the lead lap, but the other drivers, Helms, Radford, Rickett, you know, they just came in not too long ago, and they might be okay. They'll get the wave around, being in front of the leader, and be back on that lead lap. So we're going to have 15 cars on the lead lap, Carl.
And pretty much everybody still in the mix. That is on the lead lap, because I have a feeling we may see quite a few more meatballs before this thing is over, because now drivers kind of need to start pushing. They need to start figuring out how to make those passes, get those good runs out of the corners, and that's where you're going to see drivers push out into the to the outside wall, and maybe get some more meatballs before this thing is over. But hopefully not. Hopefully we keep this thing nice and green all the way to the end. We get our winner here tonight. It's not going to be Mike Casey. He's probably a few beverages deep at this point from the beer tent in the infield. But either way, I also want to mention kind of a little teaser to some out there, mainly in the Core Racing League, that we do have an announcement here that we're going to be making post-race. That'll certainly perk up the ears of those in Core that are maybe going to look forward to the announcement more than others. But I mean, anybody out there, it's a fun announcement for us to put out there. But you'll have to wait until after this race.
Yep.
Right now we got 16 laps left to go. It's gonna be 15 when we get back to the line, as your wave around car is gonna get back to the pack here. And as Jimmy mentioned, we're gonna have 15 cars on the lead lap. So Radford, Rickett, both getting back to the lead lap. They certainly showed some speed here tonight, but they got some used tires now. And at the back of the pack, they're going to be hoping another caution comes out here. They can take tires and work their way back up the field as well. But we got different strategies at the front. No tires, 2 tires. And then we got the speed with the 4 tires right behind them. Who's going to play out the best right now? Your guess is as good as mine. But we're coming down to the final 15 laps.
Final 15 laps of a, it's still a long way. So you got 15 laps here at Indy. You'd think that it's no small feat. It's still 30 miles. So these drivers got to battle it out. They do have to kind of be easy with their tires a little bit. You can probably chew your tires away in about 10 if you really overdrive the car, and you're not going to get the best laps with them. So still need to hit your marks, still need to hit your entries. Don't overdrive it. We're going to extend. Does look like we're going to extend the caution one more lap here, allow the rest of the drivers to catch up, and that's the 64. Of Paul Helms, Matthew Radford, Billy Rickett back there, Sky Henderson, all coming around. They're almost to that point where they would have been at full speed as they were dropping the green flag. So deciding
we have
to
plenty of time. Yeah, a few still in between 3 and 4 right now. So
yeah.
So the green flag will now drop with 14 to go. So one less lap for everyone out there, but we will have everybody back to the field here, and again, we'll see which strategy plays out the best. But certainly, this is going to help those with no tires, with 2 tires, less laps. Sign me up.
Jess has been quiet, but Spangler has not. Justin's been out front leading this thing here. Even if it's under cautions, leading a lap is leading a lap.
once again, I want to thank everybody out there for tuning in. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that we have to offer here at CRN. Not much to offer this week, unfortunately, as we got the Thanksgiving week here. So once again, wish everyone out there in CRN Nation a happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully you get all the good stuff for Thanksgiving. I know Christmas is right around the corner as well, but I mean, you need some good stuff for Thanksgiving too. You need some, we touched on it last week with, which is the best dessert out there, and clearly a lot of fans of pumpkin pie for dessert. I know
it's not Thanksgiving without pumpkin pie. I mean, I think pumpkin pie becomes big as soon as fall hits, and even if you're in the South, it might not feel like fall down here, because I'm still walking around in my shorts and t-shirts probably until a good mid-March before we get our month of cold. But it's just obviously it's just one of those flavors that everybody looks forward to, I think, when it comes out. And from the pumpkin spice lattes and pumpkin this and pumpkin that, just pumpkin. Yeah, everybody loves pumpkin, and I think that's a well-known fact. But Carl, one thing that does kind of hit the Christmas spirit though, and I know it's around the corner, is gingerbread.
Oh, yes, gingerbread for sure. But before we go, I mean, we need to touch on it. You're a pumpkin spice latte kind of guy, aren't you?
Yes.
Right. We're back to racing here at Indianapolis.
Appreciate it.
I'm right there with you. We're in the trust tree. We can talk about it. But yeah, heading into turn number 1, Spengler trying to do what he can to hold on to first.
On the grass.
Get a car in the grass, a 33 sideways down on the bottom. Might have clipped the inside wall there as well. Looks like Billy Rickett is going to get a black flag. Not sure why. Maybe passing here on the start, but it is the 70 of Travis Noble that is leading this thing after getting real close and maybe not so comfortable with the 28 out of turn number 1. But he is leading the way right now with possibly 2 fresh tires. The 99 though and 91 both all over his backside, trying to get him loose, maybe out of turn number 4. The 99 now looking to the inside down the front stretch, gets a run side by side down into 13 laps to go.
And 70 had a heck of a nice push from the 91, getting him back around the 99. 99 really have to work that bottom. Cuts the 99 off. Nice move there by the 70 as he blocks the entry to 2 as they head down the backstretch. 91 getting a run on the outside. Now they're running down the backstretch here, getting ready to enter turn number 3. They are 2 wide, 3 wide going down. Oh my goodness, look out.
This you can't do here, and Jess, I would definitely close my eyes for this one, because that is going to be heavy impact for the 28 and the 70. Unfortunately, they're going to keep it straight here. If they don't both end up with meatballs, I would be extremely shocked. And there it is. It's going to pop up here. The 28 and 70 both getting a meatball right there. Didn't work out well for either of them, and yeah, I don't think the 70 is too happy on this one.
Oh, they can't control their cars.
It is either. There we go. Little payback action. A little. I mean, families fight at Thanksgiving too, Jimmy. It's okay.
Well, the fight is continuing. Levi Poland.
And the pets too. We may need to bring in Mike Casey here for a little post-race reporting here from the beer tent.
I mean, something's going to be going down in the infield there between those 2 drivers. Just trying to race it hard here at the end. Obviously, still a few laps to go. We're down to 12 laps. Number 91 of Levi Poland out front over the 99 of Nolan Potter. Bradley Worley has been in a whirl of incidents here tonight, trying to move the walls to his liking, but not succeeding, but has succeeded in being in the top 3 currently at this time, and looking to possibly catch up here with the 99 and 91 as they battle it out here for the first place.
And meanwhile, not too far behind is 4th, 5th, and 6th, and that being Zane Bierman, Matthew Jordan, and Daniel Pinkston. Pinkston has been certainly all over the map here tonight as well. But battle for the lead goes to Nolan Potter for the time being. Now Bradley Worley gets alongside of the 91, looking for second place here. Going to take it into turn at number 3. Bierman trying to follow suit as well. Gets a little loose there coming out of turn number 3, so he's going to have to fall back here. And now Jordan looking to try and move up on the inside here, but he's going to have to fall back in line. The top 6 right now covered by about a second and a half, and we're down to 10 laps to go.
10 laps to go, and who's going to win? It could be any one of these 6 drivers easily, but they are battling out. So who's in the hot seat right now after these drivers here? It's going to be Matthew Radford in the 97. We've seen the front end of that car pretty well damaged, and looks like it's good to go. Let me check the front end to see if he had a fast repair to get it fixed, and he did not. But still running pretty decent laps here, currently sitting in 7th.
Potter leads the way here. You got Bradley Worley right behind him trying to figure out a way to get around. But I would think Levi Poland is not exactly done yet. How about a crossover move there for Helms? And
what a catch.
I don't think he got into Tony Brennan, but certainly Brennan gets mighty loose right there. Dale Garner Jr. going to move to the inside, but crosses across the front of Tony Brennan, and that's going to bring out a caution late here, and we're taking some evasive actions, but we got a caution with less than 10 laps to go. Now I bring it up again, Jimmy. Tires. Tires. You want them? You want them? I got tires. I got tires right here for you, buddy. Just come on in the pit.
If I have tires, I'm going to use them. You can see here that this 31 just kind of coming up into the that car there. Who is that? That's the 6. No, who is that? Who was that? I forget who that was. But going sideways there, just turning around. Everybody able to avoid those two, keep it going here. But this is coming down to a shootout here, folks. We're down to 9 laps to go. By the time we get back to green, we'll be down around the 6 laps to go. So it's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, well, we'll go ahead and put it out here to everyone out there in Sierra Nation, and see what you think, and see if you guys can pick out the right strategy here to see how this is going to get done. But I mean, it's been one heck of a race. Jimmy, Indy is a fast track. You can definitely have some drafting here, but I mean, ultimately, you typically see the low line is the preferred line. You can run too wide, but making pass on the outside is not easy, and certainly we've seen going 3 wide and then a turn doesn't exactly work out either.
No, 3 wide is a bit scary as wide as this track is, and even when you're in the Indy cars, we've ran a few Indy races here in the Indy car, in the old Indy car, which was probably my favorite, by the way, and just plenty of racing, and typically 3 wide is not what you want to do. But yeah, if you all haven't had a chance, you are a driver out there and actually ran the old Indy car, 1, they sound beautiful, and 2, there's so much fun here. Definitely like something to do for like a fun race on your week off, and being that a lot of drivers have been here at Indy, maybe a whole new experience running some open tire old Indy cars.
Bless you, I think.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I tend to think the idea is to come in here, come in and take at least 2 tires, maybe 4. I know, we've seen 2 tires kind of work out nicely for Matthew Jordan earlier. Maybe no tires and staying out is ultimately the right call, and having that track position, because passing isn't exactly easy here. But if I'm not in the lead, I think I'm coming in, and I think that's what you see right here. Bradley Worley stays out there. He's going to be in 2nd. Looks like Zane Bierman in 3rd. Justin Spengler is going to get the wave around and get back into the top spot, but the 99 elects to stay out as well. So it is going to be Nolan Potter here for
tires.
But yeah, I would think if you got a set of tires in here, if you're not leading and you don't have some kind of advantage the other cars out here, I think you kind of need to come in and take tires. And now we'll see how this thing plays out, because we may not be done with cautions just yet.
Well, no, I think we might not. And some of these drivers could have just came in and we've seen the tires go up on both sides. So 4 tires for some of these drivers is really going to give them maybe a little boost of confidence. Hopefully it's enough to keep control of the car going into the corners. But obviously that first lap, Carl, is they're a little cool yet. They're not quite up to temperature, and they can handle differently. And kind of think of it as your warm-up lap for when you're qualifying, how kind of sketchy your car is, going into the corner, either too much grip or not enough, and really trying to find that edge. So understanding your tires when they're new can really benefit the driver that's out there. Obviously, that they're going to be better, but you just need to get them warmed up properly. If you mistreat the tires, they will mistreat you. And if you don't have a fast repair to clear that meatball, you might find yourself with another one, or an ace or a race-ending one.
Well, as it stands right now, your rundown is as follows. The 13 cars on the lead lap. You got Nolan Potter, Bradley Worley, Zane Bierman, Matthew Jordan, and Paul Helms for your top 5. Levi Poland, Dale Garner Jr., Daniel Pinkston, Douglas Ivey, Wade Enyart for the top 10. Tony Brennan, Matthew Radford, Justin Spengler are your 13 cars on the lead lap. We are going to get the 1 to go this time by, and then we're going to get these drivers fired off one more time. So it'll actually be 5 laps remaining when we get the green flag, and then it's go time. It is absolutely time to go, and you got to make your moves any chance you get, and you got to make sure that they stick, and you got to make sure you don't stick to the wall by doing so as well. But this I don't know. I don't think this will end up being the last caution we see here tonight, and it lends me to think that staying out in track position could be pivotal.
I mean, it could be, depending on how hard the drivers, in the middle of the pack are, going to push. Just because you have new tires, doesn't necessarily give you, it gives you the grip, gives you the ability to make the moves, but you still got to make the right call. You still have to make the decision, and then be aware of, who you're coming up on, and if they took tires, and is their car going to push wide? So if you try to drive something on the outside, is that car on the inside going to get push up to the outside? So it's really a bad place to be on the outside of somebody with some bad tires and really trying to make something work this late in the game. We've seen these drivers, obviously, with Mike Casey not being here, trying to take full advantage of getting as many points on the points leader here for the series. Especially, obviously the 99 of Nolan Potter. I would love to get a great finish here. Levi Poland as well. So a lot of them drivers that are really depending on a great finish here to close the gap or even take over the lead here and get another win. Some drivers looking for their first win. This is a big track. There's a lot to do here. Lots going to go on, and it's about to happen.
Well, now's the time to tune in if you haven't done so already. It is time to go here at Indianapolis for the 191 Motorsports Gen 6 Series. Head back to the restart zone. It's in control here by the 99. He's back on the loud pedal. We are racing again here at Indy. A chance for Worley to slide down, but Bierman is trying to stick his nose in there. It's going to be side by side for third place as Scruffy Jordan on the outside of Bierman trying to get it done. So far, so good. Heading into turn number 3 as Jordan blinks out a little bit. The 88 of Worley trying to get to the back bumper here of Nolan Potter down the backstretch.
Yeah, these drivers all over the place trying to weave around, break some draft, move around it. You got to kind of be careful that you see the Bierman trying to kind of maybe block the 91, but the 91 able to get the nose. Going to push the Zane really far wide to stay off that nose. Some people catching the wall. There's a wreck back on the wall, but this should be a caution. Somebody's in the grass.
Caution. There it is. Now it's a caution.
70 was in the grass. Oh, my goodness.
And looks like Paul Helms is going to walk away with a meatball, as will Matthew Radford, as will Dale Garner Jr., as will Justin Spengler. 4 meatballs on this sandwich here for a late race caution, and that is not what you wanted to see for some of those drivers here in the middle of the pack. And Jimmy, it's this late in the race. I don't know how many people have a fast repair left.
It's right here is obviously 97 down on that bottom and trying to get it to stick here. and is going to end up washing out here just a little bit and a little bit faster than the 64, as the 64 is trying to keep it down so he wouldn't get into the 23, but ends up tagging the 23, then back down into the 97, going to spin him around. Both of those cars head to the outside wall, and then it was Travis Noble. Let's see, pause this real quick. Travis, where you at? No, it was the 70. Excuse me. Yep, that was Travis. So Travis there in the grass, trying to hold on to it, getting around that incident there. So taking a little ride in the rough, but trying to do his best, because that is not easy, Carl. Driving through grass at 150 miles an hour, and then hit some pavement, and looks like he was able to do it right there, but loses it right there at the end, and then ends up sending him sideways. And I think some other people get collected as well. Boom.
Yeah, a lot of cars unfortunately getting caught up in this one, and I still see a few cars in pit lane and with a meatball. So it looks like that might be the end of the night, unfortunately, for Justin Spengler. Chris Perry had a meatball from earlier, still in the pits. Paul Helms looks like he is in pit lane. I don't think he got to his pit box just yet. See if, yeah, there he is. We'll see if he has a faster pair left in the 64. Looks like Matthew Jordan in the pits as well. I didn't see him involved. I thought he was up towards the front, so maybe, yeah, maybe he's getting another set of tires. Give this one more go, but we are green-white checkered time now here for the boys at 191, and yeah, now it looks even better for those drivers that decided to stay out. Our lowest voted on one right there. I got this, I'm staying out. Well, it looks like that might be the winning strategy here tonight if you just stay out there. But I did see, like you mentioned, Levi Poland. He's the highest runner there that got 4 tires on lap number 68. He is looking to run and gun these drivers down here at the front, but he's going to be in the second row with Nolan Potter and Bradley Worley at the front.
Yeah, so he's, obviously he has to pick and choose. Doesn't have a lot of time to pick and choose. We are going to have a green-white checker here for this next start. We're down under 3 laps. We're down to 3 laps. I think we're already starting to the point to where it might be over. I can see that if I bring up the session state. We're at 73 right now, so we'll be crossing the line here to start lap 74. So yeah, we're going to go into overtime, Carl. So some of those drivers, hopefully they have enough fuel to make those couple extra laps too.
I want to thank everyone out there again for tuning in. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that we have to offer here. Thank Kim's Cups and More and One Vision EMS and Transports for their sponsorship here on the series. And while we get a chance, we'll give our little jingle here for Kim's Cups and More, or as Tommy Ryan calls them, Kim's Cakes or Kim's Cupcakes or anything and everything other than what it actually is.
One of
these
giving Kim some business ideas.
Bakery and more here really soon if it has anything to do with Tommy Ryan.
Kim's going to have her own bakery.
Exactly. If your one-stop shop for more than just your apparel needs, your stuff for bakery needs as well. Whether it's a custom 20-ounce tumbler to fill your favorite post-race beverage, a 40-ounce glitter tumbler for your morning coffee after you were up all night celebrating that win, or custom clothing apparel with your favorite team, sponsor, or maybe your favorite broadcasters.
Wink, wink.
A custom license plate for your everyday ride, even mouse pads to help you rearrange that pesky new UI. You can choose from already created products or have them custom made to your liking. Whatever your pleasure, Kim's Cups and More has it all. Check them out today on Facebook. That's Kim's Cups with a K and More. It is green, white, checkered time. It's overtime. 75 laps could not contain these drivers. They want to do a little bit more here tonight. And hey, they're only a shot here this week, so might as well give them a little extra time here tonight on CRN to get this thing done. Nolan Potter is going to restart the field here once we get back to the restart zone. This is green-white checkered attempt number 1 of 2. So still a chance that we are not done just yet. We'll see if this is the one and only one that they need to get it done, and we'll see who's got the hot shoe to get it done as well. It is Nolan Potter, Bradley Worley, Zane Bierman, Levi Poland, Zane Bierman, and then Douglas Ivey for your top 5. Daniel Pinkston, Wade Enyer, Tony Brennan, Matthew Jordan, and Paul Helms for your top 10. Jordan with those new tires here, but he's buried back in the back half of the top 10, so we'll see how quick, if he can move through this field. Pace car, lights are out. Pace car will be making that left-hand turn in for what may be the final time here tonight, and then it's going to be in control and in the hands and feet of the 99 of Nolan Potter. Back to the restart zone one more time, and the 99 back on the loud pedal once again.
Pretty decent start there by a lot of drivers here off the get-go. I'm looking to go 3 wide already, the third one, Carl.
An advisable decision, but it looks like it's going to work out for him. It's a 91 and 88 banging doors off each other here. Close battle behind it. 55 gets tagged. A good save there. First time,
Still
second time. Another great save, but still trying to save it down the backstretch, and not going to happen. Hard impact. Big wreck on the backstretch here. Zane Bierman, Paul Helms, and not sure who else that was. Might be Billy Rickett, as you see the 33 leaning on the 55, and unfortunately the 55 finally gets it cleared up, but he's so slow out of the corner that Paul Helms nowhere to go. Gets involved in that one, and then some heavy. We've seen netcode now these last 2-ish cautions here. Some pretty heavy netcode on both of those, but right here, big impact there for Tony Brennan, and even here for Zane Bierman, he backs it into the wall here. Some heavy impact, but yeah, the 65 definitely got torn to shreds on this one. You see right there the 70 involved, the 7/13, the other 7, the actual 7 of Billy Rickett involved. Looks like the 31 of Dale Garner maybe got through this one, but I'm counting a meatball for Travis Noble, Billy Rickett, Scott Matthews. More meatballs here tonight, and I'm not sure what the total is. I don't think we reached the 75 or the 80 that we're going to get to here tonight.
They all get too fast for pairs, right? So I mean, there's a total of 40 meatballs floating around here tonight, and they use the majority of them here tonight for sure. Obviously, a lot of them coming here towards the end as the drivers are trying to push the car to the limits and unable to get them cars to stick, and just trying to use every single inch of the track and do some major saves and whatever they can get done here. But it's going to be another run to the end. This will be the last one, though, as this will be the second green-white checker attempt here. Fuel is on the mind, I'm sure, maybe for maybe a couple. But right now, Nolan Potter is very glad that he stayed out and looking to wrap this thing up here. Levi Poland is in second. Bradley Worley sitting in third at the moment. Douglas Ivey up in fourth. Daniel Pinkston is in fifth, but he was able to make it through that one. Wade Inyart up here in the top 10, sitting in sixth. Matthew Scruffy Jordan slid by that last one there, and he's in seventh. Matthew Radford back there in eighth right now. Dale Garner Jr. is in ninth. Travis Noble is going to head down, and here's a bunch of people are going to come down to pits. Travis Noble, Zane Bierman, Scott Henderson, Billy Rickett, and then Tony Brennan back there in 15th. Scott Matthews in the pits. Justin Spangler's in the pits. Chris Perry still hanging out in the pits. Greg up in the booth. And shout out to Rodney for at least coming out and practicing with the boys tonight.
Listen, Greg hasn't had a meatball all season. He's been the cleanest driver that we've seen. His results don't really speak for how clean of a driver he's been this season. But either way, it is going to be our second attempt at a green-white checkered here. It's going to be Nolan Potter at the front, Levi Poland now in second. But we've seen that 91 trying to battle here and get up there. He was side by side with the 88, and like Jimmy said, they went three wide into one with the 55 of Zane Bierman on the outside, and eventually it didn't work out for the 55, but they made it through turn one. And we'll see if now the 88 gives a little reply here back to the 91. It goes the inside to try and regain second place and maybe have a chance to fight Nolan Potter here for the win. As again, we mentioned before, there's been a lot of parity here in the series here so far. The only driver with multiple wins on the season is at 91, Levi Poland. Can he make it 3, especially on a night where our points leader, Michael Casey, decided to partake in some beverages in the infield instead of get out here and racing with his brethren out there. So,
the internet's out. It sounds like Carl.
I mean, it sounds like he just wants to sit out on this one and
Rage quit the internet before it even started.
Yeah, maybe start Thanksgiving a little bit early. It's understandable.
Maybe he's watching the Eagles game.
Let's talk about that. So let's leave that be at this point. But as it stands right now, we've got plenty of cars that are still in the mix for this win, because I don't think it's going to be clean and tidy at the front. Will this thing end under caution, or will we get a white flag and a checker flag here tonight? The pace car lights are going to be out this time, and your guess is as good as mine. We'll put it out there in the Sierra Nation, since we got a longer lap around around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway here. We'll put a poll out there for who you got.
Could be anybody at this point. Pretty heavy there on the 99. He's been getting pretty good starts today with to kind of be able to defend the field here. Start on the pole, looking to get a win here. It's very rare. It's actually kind of rare that the pole setter wins a lot with a lot of these races, as close as that these drivers can run. The competition's pretty high here, and they've been doing a pretty fantastic job. And here, even the incidents that are happening, it's just the cars are just breaking loose. A little bit of net code, meatball here and there. There's a lot of things that are coming into play here, but all in all, great race here tonight so far. We're up to 78 laps, and we will go a few more here to the end. So a little extended racing here on Sunday, but I guess that makes up for the lack of racing throughout the week, as everybody will be celebrating the holidays. Taking some time off, whether it's travel plans, and if you are traveling, please be safe. It does get crazy out there, and you always worry about your family and friends. So everybody here at the CRN Nation are always family and friends to us. So please be safe on your travels, as well as don't eat too much. Food coma can be a thing.
Listen, I mean, as it stands right now, they have off next week. So, 11:30 is not going to be a race. We're not going to get back here until Kansas on 12/7. So feel free to eat it up. And what is it, the tryptophan or something like that in the turkey that'll put you out. Well, either way, we're going to have one crew here kissing the bricks. The rest of them are going to be hitting the bricks as we are racing again here at Indy. Will we get to the finish line one more time before we have a caution? It's side by side for second. 88 Worley to the inside, trying to fight off the 91, but Poland's got a good run. Almost thought about going to the outside there of the 99, but had to back out of it, and that's going to cost him second place here as we head to the backstretch. Looks like everybody's going to make it through. We're going to run down the backstretch, and a great run for the 88 Worley. Where did he decide to go? It looks like he's going to stay in line with the 99 for the time being. Now he looks to the inside into 3. The 99's got a better entry. The 88's going to push him up. It's going to be 3 wide, actually in the corner, and a lot of the cars are going to wreck out of the corner. It's going to be a yellow flag, but who's going to be in the lead and who doesn't have a meatball flag? When the caution comes out, this could go to Matthew Jordan or Matthew Radford. It looks like at this time, Matthew Jordan could be credited with the wins here tonight.
Yeah, not quite sure how it's all going to play, as the 88 and 99 were really racing it out there at the end. So we'll go ahead back and we'll check to see what happens, and then we'll have to go to the iRacing official results to make sure to see how iRacing's accredited everybody here. We'll go ahead and have to rewind this because this happened after the fact. But you can see right here from this battle here between the 99 and the 88 going down into the turn, and the 88 down to the inside, and just drifting up. Not able to hold the lower line. Ends up bumping into the 99, getting a little loose. And then the 99. What happened here? Oh, he tagged the wall. And the 88 tagged the wall at the same time. The 88 coming down, tagging the 91. And then the 99 tagging the 22. And then that's when the happening happened here. Go back with the 97. Keep it slow here. Ooh, 94 getting into the 22. IKEA getting into the 64. Oh, back it up here. Drivers waiting to see what happens here. Dale Gardner Jr. Zane Bierman. The 70 of Travis Noble trying to catch it. Crazy ending here for the ending of the race, and it does look like the results should be out. Let me hide.
It should be official right now. They just finally crossed the line here to make it official. And it is going to be Matthew Jordan getting the win here tonight. And I'm sure this may have shocked him. He had the right strategy earlier on in the race. It didn't seem like he had the right one here at the end of the race, but oh boy, it certainly paid off here. And he will join the likes of Levi Poland to be a two-time winner here this season. Won the season opener at Daytona. So maybe 2.5 mile tracks is just where he's got to get it done, because he gets to win here at Indianapolis. Matthew Radford going to complete the Matthew 1-2 here. And then Levi Poland is going to come home in third, pick up some valuable points, and finish this thing out after we went overtime here for 80 laps here instead of 75. But Jimmy, why don't you give us a full rundown of tonight's results?
Yeah, full rundown on the night's results. It's going to be Matthew Jordan walking away the winner here tonight with Matthew Radford in P number 2. Levi Poland will finish in third. Travis Noble in fourth. Zane Bierman with a great run here in fifth. Dale Gardner Jr. will finish in sixth. Scott Henderson in seventh. Daniel Pinkston in eighth. Wade Inyart with the top 10 in 9th. Douglas Ivey finishes in 10th. Nolan Potter will finish back in 11th. Bradley Worley in 12th. Paul Helms in 13th. Billy Rickett in 14th. Justin Spengler, Scott Matthews, Tony Brennan, Chris Perry. Where's my mouse? That's not a driver.
That is.
Yeah, so that's your 18 drivers that were out there tonight. Obviously, Greg, shout out as always. Heck of a job. Monitoring these drivers here tonight, but a lot of good racing and a big race at the end. I'm sure they'll be talking about that one for a little bit and have exchange of words, and then get over it and then go eat turkey.
Well, while we're waiting for our top 3 to come into the pits, and while we see the 23 celebrating on the bricks here on the front stretch, as mentioned earlier, we have an announcement. Again, it's certainly gonna maybe make some of the drivers in the core racing league happy, and other drivers out there that maybe 191 isn't enough racing in the night for Sunday night, because we have the return of a series here that most likely won't get broadcast. We're still dabbling in the ideas of maybe doing from the driver's point of view, maybe myself or Jimmy out there, because we're planning on racing in the series as it returns. Jimmy, why don't you cue up the video and let everyone out there know what tonight's special event is.
And the upcoming announcement for tonight is
fingers go.
So that is our announcement here for tonight. It's going to be the return of the Core Premier Series. It's a series kind of unlike any other. It is whatever, whenever type of series, and it pits drivers on all 4 disciplines in iRacing. It's definitely a test for all drivers out there, whether you think you're good at oval, road, dirt oval, dirt road. They're all mixed in there. It's a 12 race series. And just to kind of give you an idea and a preview of some of the races that are going to be coming up on the schedule for this season. One of them is going to be at Bristol with the street stocks. Another one is going to be at Mount Panorama with the MX5 Cup cars. Another one going to be Crandon with the cross carts. It's a little bit of everything out there, and it takes a true driver to come away as the champion. It's going to be our 12th season that we're going to be doing the Premier Series. All drivers out there are welcome. There's going to be 2 different divisions. It's going to be a pro division and an amateur division, and based on how well you are in core, or how well you show up in the first few races, you'll get put into a division. So you'll be competing along with some of your peers instead of maybe having to fight with the top echelon if you're not ready for that yet. But it is a blast of a series. Happy to be announcing that it's coming back, and I know a lot of fans out there and drivers are looking forward to it. And again, it'll be after the 191 Motorsports, with plenty of time for drivers to get out of there and get into it, as it's normally going to start up at I believe at 9 o'clock on Sunday nights in 2026. But that is our announcement here. It's time to get to some interviews for tonight, and that's going to be our top 3. Third place here tonight, he was up there battling for plenty of the race, is going to be the 91 of Levi Poland. Levi, you come away with a podium here tonight, certainly with Mike Casey not here. It's going to be a great points night for you, and possibly enough to move yourself right there into the top spot in the championship. But do you feel like one kind of slipped away here tonight with only a 3rd place?
Yeah, especially, I don't know if I should have pitted, but even pitting there, the way Potter went to, it wasn't Potter. The way Bryden went into turn 3 there, I thought for sure I had it. I was like, oh, they're going up the track. And then they're out of my screen. I don't know what happened after that. And then we're just going around in circles. But yeah, it was a good points night, and definitely would have liked to win it to maximize the points against Mike, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah, it seemed like towards the end of the race there were some cautions that came up where it was kind of, do you stay out for track position? Do you come in and take 2? Do you come in and take 4? It seemed like you could have gone any way, and any way might have been the right answer and might have been the exact wrong answer. But, I mean, what were you kind of thinking in those waning laps? Was it track position is just too key to get in there?
No, it was I was trying to get off strategy from Potter because he was clearly faster, even on regular same tires. He was a lot faster than me, so I had to get off strategy somehow. And when they stayed out, I was like, "There's no way I'm going to get back up there." But then we restarted 6, and then a couple yellows helped me for sure. But dang, that was so close. I wish I didn't let it go away.
I'm sure you would have loved to be a 3rd-time winner here on the season, but you do have 2 wins, and like I said, with Mike Casey not here tonight, it's definitely going to be a good points night for you to lead into that little break here for Thanksgiving. But before we let you go and get out of here tonight, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
I'll give thanks out to 191 Motorsports for putting on the league, Core Racing Network for putting on the broadcast. I'd like to thank my fiance, my children for putting up with me racing, and everybody else for a great race. I love racing this league, and it's a blast. And everybody have a great holiday.
Absolutely. You too as well. Great run here tonight, finishing the top 3. We'll let you go celebrate, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right. See you then. Thank you.
That's your 3rd place finisher here tonight, the 91 of Levi Poland. 2nd place here tonight, certainly has some time at the front, is going to be the 97 of Matthew Radford.
Matt, Jimmy, and Carl up in the booth. You copy?
I got a copy, Jimmy and Carl. How are you guys?
Oh, not too bad. You had a very interesting night, back to the front to the back, in some wrecks, damage everywhere, and even finishing here tonight with some front end damage on that 97. But kind of, I guess, gifted for some of your hard work, sticking it out here tonight, finishing in 2nd. Give us a little rundown of how it was out there tonight, as it was pretty long and interesting at times.
Well, we had a few practice sessions, and I did pretty good in those. Qualifying, I hit the wall on the first lap in qualifying really hard and had to replay. So, that kind of told me how my race was going to go, especially in turn 1 on the actual race, lap 1. I got really sideways there. Made my way up to the front, got really in over my head and started driving like a jerk a little bit. I think I got into Paul. I didn't realize I was 3 wide. I definitely pushed him up the track a lot of it. I just didn't realize I was pushing him into a third car. I do apologize to him for that. But came back, late race cautions really helped. I was a lap down. And then I just got lucky.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to get a little bit of luck your way every now and then, especially when you have a big stem of it throughout the race where it really hinders, where you look like there's no chance at all having a great finish and getting some good points for the evening, for the week. So we want to say congratulations, man, for sticking it out, putting that 97 up towards the front, and being able to come up here and talk to us and give you a little bit of time for any shouts you might have in that 97.
Yeah, everybody watching, of course. I think I say that every time. You guys, I watch the broadcast as it's going. Obviously, I was typing in there this time, interacting with everybody, but I enjoy reading what everybody's saying. And this race especially had a lot of activity in the chat. So shout out to everybody in there.
Yeah, definitely appreciate the shout outs, and I'm sure the fans enjoy it as well. So again, congratulations, and we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
All right. Appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir.
That is your second place finisher here tonight, the 97 of Matthew Radford. Top spot here tonight goes to the man that apparently just wants to run 2.5 mile ovals for the rest of the season. Matthew Scruffy Jordan, I mean, 2 for 2 on 2.5. So I guess this is where your bread and butter is. I mean, it clearly were the best car out here tonight. You clearly were the one that was going to win this one. It was clearly foretold, right?
No, it wasn't. It was me starting in the back. I just let the race come to me, man. I was just in the right place at the right time. About like the other one, I was in the right place at the right time. Just got lucky, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, as we said before, sometimes that's all you need to be. You just need to be lucky and in the right spot and let everything else come to you. And it certainly worked there. I mean, the seas parted. You got through that thing, and it was kind of just me and Jimmy trying to figure out, 1, who made it through, 2, did you make it through and not get a meatball? Because clearly, seeing the orders get shaken up post-race a few times with drivers having meatballs, but you made it through, and maybe the pit strategy coming in there and taking tires, it didn't seem like it worked out in the immediate there, not having enough time under green to make your way through the field, but I guess it puts you in the right spot to be in the right spot at the right place here at the end.
Yeah, I really don't know what to say because I didn't expect to win at all. I actually thought that Radford won because where the caution came out, I actually was looking in my mirror. I was almost cross-eyed because I was looking in front of me, looking in the mirror, looking in front of me, looking in the mirror. So I was trying to see who was coming up on me because I knew I was slow, and I saw Radford, and I kind of pulled up a little bit, just enough to pull back down to miss, I think it was Brad and Levi, and I just got lucky, I guess. Caution come out just in the time to say, hey, you won. I don't know.
Well, listen, I mean, you come into tonight 5th place in the points, and didn't have the win since Daytona. But looking at the rest of the schedule, I think it kind of plays in your favor here a little bit, as we have the week off, then we have Kansas, but then we go back to a 2.5 mile. We go to Talladega for race number 10. We go to Daytona for race number 14. We go to Pocono for race number 16. We go to Talladega for race number 19. So, I mean, I'm seeing another 4 wins for Matthew Jordan before this thing is over.
No. if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's just kind of, I just love this. I love this whole group of guys. Every last one of them are great. I have the aggressive ones that I know get out of their way, and I know the ones that are, that I can work with. And yeah, I just kind of get out of everybody's way and just try to let the race come to me and not try to force something that I know is not going to happen.
Well, it worked out here tonight. You get yourself your 2nd win on the season, so congrats again on the result. Before we let you go and get out of here, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
First of all, Lord Jesus Christ, for just thankful to him for letting me do this every week, and my wife and child, and we just moved into a brand new house, and we just moved just this weekend. So I'm extremely tired. Y'all know how moving is. It wears you out. So getting a win off of all of that, that is amazing. That definitely would make my week go a lot better. But my mom and my dad and just all the guys in 191, Mike, dude, I missed you. I missed you, buddy. Yeah, and big shout out to Foster's family and Foster. We're thinking about you all the time. Kim's Cups and more, One Vision. Thank you guys for sponsoring us, and you guys at CRN. Jimmy and Carl, thank you very much for putting this on for us, because it's something that I look forward to every single week.
As we do as well. Well, congrats again on your win here. We'll see you, and I'm sure talk to you again once we get to the next 2.5 mile tri-oval here. But in the meantime, enjoy the holidays, and we'll hope to talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Y'all have a great one.
You too.
You too, buddy. That is your winner here tonight, Matthew Jordan, getting it done here. And it's sometimes you got to be lucky, Jimmy. Sometimes you just got to be in the right spot, as Matthew Jordan was here tonight. That is going to do it, not just for tonight, but for the week here at CRN. Once again, want to wish everyone out there a happy Thanksgiving, a happy shopping on Black Friday if you decide to get out there. We'll be back in action. Not tomorrow, but the following Monday, as 191 is going to be off for the next Sunday here before we get back to action in 2 weeks at Kansas. For myself and Jimmy from the CRN booth here at IMS, we'll see you at the track.